Hello, ASG Atlanta. I'm Cheryl Belson, and I'm back for another episode of Top 3 Things, where I try to keep you informed of what's going on in our chapter. This month, I want to highlight our busy October plans because they are quite busy. I also want to tell you about a trial we have planned for a beginner sewing series. And I also want to talk about a few things that are going to be going on at the annual meeting this year. So, as I always say, let's just dive right in. All right. The first thing I want to talk about is October. Yes, I know this is August, but we just had a CAB meeting, and it's just clear that we're going to have a really busy October. So I want to tell you about it way in advance. We've got 3 notable things happening in October, besides all the wonderful neighborhood group meetings and other things that will be going on in October. But on October 18th, I think I've mentioned this before, but we're going to have an annual meeting on October 18th at the Atlanta Realtor Center. Our speaker is going to talk to us about batik fabrics and the process of making batik. And after the annual meeting, we're going to have another one of those mini workshops that will be about 3 hours, and you'll get to try your hand at doing some batik. Now, the class is going to be limited to 20 people. That's all the instructor can handle. And there'll be more coming out very soon. We just finalized the contract on this one, so stay tuned. The very next weekend, October 25th, I've mentioned once before that we're going to have a special event for members only at no cost to members. And that is a mini virtual workshop with Jen Stern-Haseman. And she is going to be spending 1.5 hours with us talking about pants fitting. So be looking for that. We don't have the time nailed down precisely, but it will be an afternoon event. That's what we're shooting for anyway, is an afternoon online event. Now, I'll warn you in advance, our Zoom account can handle only 100 people, and Jen will be one of those people. So this will be free to 99 people who get in before we hit the limit. So mark your calendars if you're interested in pants fitting, and there'll be more to come on that as well. Then the very next weekend, which is technically November, but it's so close to October, I'm going to mention it here, is on November 1. And that is our sweater knit workshop with Anita Morris, also known on Instagram as Anita by Design. So we also recently, like in the last couple of weeks, finalized that contract. So we are, we'll be getting information out on that in plenty of time for you to register. But since it's all the way out in November, it will be a bit before you see registration on that one. So the second item I said I wanted to talk about is a trial we're going to be doing of a beginning sewing class. And that's going to be next year on May 16th. We've already got CIFA reserved for that. And this is for anyone, but it is also very much targeted to people in the community that want to be introduced to sewing. And we're hoping that when they are, they will be wanting to connect with American Sewing Guild as well. So it is an outreach opportunity, and there will be a request for some of you to help be there and help these people learn to sew. This will be, instead of like the short little library sessions we've had, this will be an all-day session. We'll be teaching them how to use their machine as well as do a small project. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is a variety of things that are connected to the annual meeting this year. The first thing I want to remind you of is that our President's Challenge is called So Scrappy. So it is put together, pieced together, anything you want to piece, and whether it is something that came from the Scrappy Applique workshop, which is fine, or something that you pieced, a quilt, you put scraps together to make a top, a bag, whatever. But So Scrappy will be the challenge, and I will be putting information out so that you can let us know if you're going to be participating much closer to the annual meeting. The other thing I want to tell you about that we're going to do a little differently at the annual meeting is we're going to launch or kick off our next member survey. We've realized that by doing the survey late in the year, it really makes it difficult for the education committee to get instructors for the following year. When we don't find out what your preferences are until the middle of December, getting kicked off for early the next year is really tough. So we're going to gradually move that timeline up. And so the first time we're going to do that is we're going to kick it off at the annual meeting. You'll have an opportunity to, if you're comfortable, scan a QR code to take the survey right there, or we'll even have some paper copies for those that are not comfortable using the technology to do the survey. And then, of course, we will post the link for the entire membership so everyone gets a chance to give us their input. The following year, we're going to move it up even earlier. So in 2026, we're going to institute the process of kicking it off at Spring Fling each year. That will give the education committee a lot of runway to find teachers that are available to teach the following year. Some of these teachers fill up almost a year in advance. And so it's really important that we get your input so we can get a head start on that. All right. I know I said 3 things, but one thing I do want to just throw out there is we are still looking for a retail liaison chairperson. We filled every other position, which is a cause for celebration, but this one position. And we would really like for one of you to step up and chair that committee. It's got a great team of people that deal with the individual or groups of shops, but we need someone that's the chairperson that will be representing them on the cab. So I put that out there. And as I always do, I'm going to end this with the Facebook Challenge winner. This past month, it was all about patriotic makes. And the winner is Kim Mayberry, who had an awesome patriotic quilt. Congratulations, Kim. Be sure to reach out to our publicity committee, Janine and Africa, to select your prize. And get ready to participate in the current challenge, which has already kicked off, and that is called Bags Galore. So any bags that you're making, tote bags, purses, travel bags, you name it, whatever you're making can be entered in the Bags Galore challenge that's going on until the 20th of this month of August. Oh, and don't forget, Common Threads. Common Threads is tomorrow at the Atlanta Realtor Center. I should have said that at the beginning, but I'm saying it now. We'd love to see everybody there, and thanks to everyone who has volunteered to give their time to help make this be a successful event. That's all I have. Thanks for listening.